Alright, welcome back. I'm Aifkem, and you guys are awesome for watching Media Induced. Today on the show, I just wanted to give you a little quick intro into OBS, Open Broadcast System. It's a free software right now. You go to obs.com, you can download it. They have some different versions. They have PC, Mac, PC LTF, I think it's called. Yeah, right there, FTL. So go check that out, and it's a free software, and it basically turns your computer into a switcher if you were like at a news station or a multicam show or something like that. And so it's like a software for live multicam viewing show. And so what it does, it gives you a plethora of options, right? I'm going to give you a quick intro into that program right now. So here we go. I'm going to open this, and it's going to show you my source, right? What you have here, you're going to open it, and I'm in studio mode, so you can see two windows. If you just see one window, don't freak out. It's just because you're in the regular mode. You just got to click this button called studio mode, and it's going to open this up. So I have my preview window, and then I have my program window, and only the things in the program window are going to be recorded. So this is the only thing that's recording, is this window right here. But if you go over here, you can see obviously there's another scene waiting to play, and this is your preview. It's basically you're keying up what you're going to switch to so you can see it before you record it, right? Because you want to know what camera you're switching to. Like if I said switch to camera 1 or ready up camera 1, boom, that's here we go. Here's another camera. I was actually on camera 1, so I have to ready up another camera. Now I have another camera that I can switch to, and when I hit the transition button right here, right, it's going to transition to that camera. Oh, boom. Now I obviously don't want to just like sit here and click the transition button every time. So what you do is you go into settings, right? And you have all these options. You have general, stream, output. You can get your stream, so you can set it up to YouTube or whatever. They have different sites. You have output, what you're going to be outputting your video, what kind of video, what kind of audio you're going to be outputting, your video. Then you have hotkeys, and this is what I want to get into. Hotkeys are basically like if you've played any game on the PC, you know hotkey is like you press the button and boom, that's what it does, right? It just automatically sets it. So you got to set this up. My transition is set to my number key on my number pad. So my number 0. When I hit 0, it's going to automatically transition whatever in my preview to my program. So when I click out of this, instead of clicking this transition button, I click on one of my scenes in the window, and then I can just hit hotkeys to where 0 does the transition automatically, right? Boom. What? And if I hit 6 and then I transition, boom. Well, it's the same one. But if I hit 2 and then I transition, boom, there I am, right? Awesome. It's just quick, easy cutting and transitioning. But now you see my lower thirds right here, right? You want to know how did I get a lower thirds? Well, that's easy. I'm going to show you how I did that right here today. So I'm going to go back into this view. I'm going to go down here, and what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to create a scene. So I'm going to add a scene. I'm going to call it OBS test, which I already have one, so let me save it. But you would click OK, and I'm going to hit cancel, and it would bring up this right here, except these two won't be there. I'm going to hit delete. Yes, I'm sure. And this is what it'll bring up. It'll bring up a blank scene with nothing in it. And you got to add stuff to it. So what you want to do is you want to add a cam. Let's say you want to add a webcam. Let's hit video capture. And I'm going to hit add existing one because I've already got one. If you don't have one set up, you're going to create a new one. You're going to label it whatever you want. And then you're going to hit OK. And then it'll bring up another one. I'm just going to hit existing, right? Because I already got one. And there it is. Now it's going to pop up like this, and it's going to be smaller than your frame size. So what you're going to want to do is grab this little tiny circle and just drag it to the other corner. Fill up your entire frame with your webcam. But you're asking, Aifkem, where's the lower thirds? Well, that's a pre-rendered thing that I did in After Effects, and I exported it with a green background so I could bring it and just key it out, right? So I'm going to show you how I did that. I'm going to go over here to add, and it's going to be a media source. That's media sources are things that are already recorded that are just going to play. Like if you had some B-roll footage that you just wanted to play, that would be a media source, right? It's not live. It's not happening on set. It's something that you recorded and you just want to play as a video. So I'm going to click media source. It's going to bring up this. I'm going to label it, let's say lower thirds test, right? I'm going to hit OK. It's going to bring up this menu. Now you have to actually browse for the footage. So I'm going to hit File, Browser. I'm going to just hit one of these lower thirds, Aifkem lower third. I'm going to OK. Well, now you can see it's not playing. There's nowhere up here. I click on it, double click it, I'm going to hit loop to where it continuously plays over and over and over, and I'm going to uncheck restart playback when source becomes active, because that means it's only going to play when I put it into the program, right? So if it's in preview, it's not going to play. It's only going to play when I transition to the scene in program. So I'm going to hit OK, and now it's going to be playing here, but you're going to notice it's all green. So if I resize this one again, and click it and drag it to the bottom, you'll notice it's all green, and what you got to do is you got to right click on it, go down to filters, and this is going to have audio, video filters, and then effects filters. You want effects filters, you're going to hit the plus sign at the bottom, and you're going to add a chroma key. Now you could add color key, and that's just where you pick your own color. Chroma key though is it's a little newer, and it's a little better, it's improved upon. I'm just going to hit lower thirds chroma test, because you can't name something the same name twice. So if you create a new one, you got to name it something else, or you can hit add existing if you already have it in your scene. So if it's already in a scene, you can add it to another scene. I'm going to click OK, and it did a pretty good job already, keyed out most of the green. Your similarity is basically going to be your different shades of green. If you lower it, it's going to be very specific as to what shade of green. If it's very broad, it's like if I turn this up, it's going to key out like everything. Like, see how it just all goes? You're losing a lot there. Now what I got is most of the green here, and that's a pretty good key right there. Smoothness would be the edges, like you're edging it up a little, but it's also going to do a little bit similar. Like you can see it going transparent right there. You don't want that, right? Just leave that at a good number. You're going to have to mess with these, and everyone's a little different. You don't use the exact same shade of green that I use, or you light it a little differently. It doesn't matter. You're just going to have to play with them until you get it right. But that's all that is. But now I'm going to come over here, double click it again. I'm going to unclick loop so it stops playing. And I'm going to hit restart playback only when source becomes active. So that means it's not going to register right now because I haven't reset it. To reset it, you would have to actually switch it. Like if I switch to another scene, if I went to 2, and then I went back to this OBS test. Oh, no, it's still doing. So I'm going to actually have to switch it to my program. But you'll notice when I do that, it's going to start over. So now it's starting, and it's there, it's showing. And when it's done, it's not going to loop again either, because I already changed that. So once it's done, it's going to go away, and it's gone for good. You're not going to see it again. So let me switch back, and let's see what else. Oh, you want an intro. Let's do intros, for crying out loud, people. I see YouTube videos and there's no intros, there's no segments. It's just this boring little square on the corner. The guy's playing his game. You hit the like button, he talks to you. Oh, great. But if you want an actual good-looking show, you gotta have intros, you gotta have segments, you gotta have some substance in there, you know? So we're gonna add an intro, right? We're gonna hit this. We're gonna go to media source again, and we're gonna click OBS intro, right? Oh, test. Let's not forget, this is a test of the open broadcast system. So we got that, and we're going to go in here to browse, and we're going to find an intro. Yay, there we go. We're going to click OK. Now we got our little intro, right? No, wrong. We have to resize it again. So let's go back into this. Let's hit loop and uncheck restart playback. And we're going to click OK. And now we got this little cool intro video. You're going to... It's very specific on where you click it. We're going to click the little tiny circle, and we're going to drag it to the bottom, and we got our intro, right? But now it's looping and it's playing back. That's easy. You just got to go back in here and uncheck loop and check restart playback when source becomes active. Now it's going to keep continuously playing and looping until you actually switch it to your main one. So I'm going to do that real quick. It's going to start over. Great. And it's not going to loop anymore either. So we got that all set up. So now when you play it, it's going to have your lower thirds and it's going to have your intro, but the intro is going to be playing over your lower thirds because your lower thirds is going to start playing as soon as you switch it, and it's not going to be seen because the intro is over it, right? So we're going to deactivate that, right? And we're going to go in here to settings and we're going to go to hotkeys, and we're going to go to the scene OBS test. So you'll see it over here on the left if we scroll down. Was that it? OBS test. And show and hide lower thirds. Well, we're going to click the down arrow button right, for both of these. And we're going to click apply, and we're going to hit OK. So now, when we play this, right now lower thirds is off, correct? That's correct. This is the PC version, so you can't just click things and have them change while you're in the program, while it's in the little program screen over here. You can't change it. So once it's in there, it's done. Like if I clicked my shot word, right, you'd see the shot word. If I click the dash, it's my hotkey to make it disappear, like that what we just did for the lower thirds. So what I have to do is I have to hit the switch, so I have to transition with my 0, and then I gotta hit 3 again, bring it up in the preview, hit the dash, and then hit 0 again, transition, and then it brings up the word, right? So now the word's activated. If I hit the dash, it's unactivated again. And that's all I do. I just transition to the same scene. So I clicked on my shot word. Where is it? I clicked on my shot word, right? And then it switched this scene to my preview, and my preview to my program, right? But then I clicked on shot word again, and it had shot word here and here. And then I clicked my hotkey for the word. So it brought up the word in this one, but it still wasn't in this one. So then I transitioned right here, or my 0 button, because I have it set to my hotkey, remember, in settings. And so it transitioned from the shot word that does have the word, from the shot word that doesn't have it. So it switched to the one with the word. And that's how you would do that. So if I went back into OBS test, you would see the lower thirds is off, right? So if I switch to that scene, if I transition to that scene, I'm going to bring it up again in my OBS test, right, in the preview menu. I'm going to hit the down arrow, and it's going to turn it on. I'm going to wait until the intro is off. I got to turn that down, though. That's probably really loud. No, actually, there is no audio. So that's good. There's no audio. But now I'm going to hit the down button once that video stops playing, right? So I see my scene. Now I'm going to hit the down arrow, and because it became active, I can now switch to it, and it's going to have my lower thirds, right? It did a little glitch there because it was in the middle of showing it when I stopped it. If you wait till the end of the video and then transition to it, it'll do a lot better. But because I stopped it in the middle of it, it started up where it left off for a brief second. They haven't fixed everything. It's still OBS is still a work in progress, so they're still getting out the kinks and whatnot. There are some things like on the Mac version, if I did my shot word, I could switch it, I could turn it on and off in the actual program, like as it's recording. But in the PC version you can't. I don't know why. But there, we basically got that. And let's say you wanted to create a scene like your video game scene, right? You want to create this scene right here. Well, all that is 3 different webcams for like 3 different people. But right now they're all focused on me for a different angle. I got my 3 different names set up, which is just a text. So if I go down here and click the plus sign, and then I add a text, right? You can call it whatever you want, like so-and-so's name, right? And that'll bring you up this, and then you text what that name is, like say Arial. That's a good one right there, Arial. You can select your font, different, bold, italics. You can select the size. This is actually a really small size. As you can see, it's showing up right there in the very top, but you can barely see it. We're going to put that to 150 like the others, and we're going to hit OK. That's a little bit bigger, but the font is still not that great. Let's pick a random one here. There we go. And we're going to hit OK, and now we're going to bring that, and we can move that wherever we want. And it's just going to be I changed the background and color on these, changed the opacity, and I changed the color to blue. So they're all blue, right? And I can just turn that off and on whenever I want. We're going to leave that off. In fact, I'm going to delete it now because we don't need it. Yep, I am sure. And let's say you wanted to get this, and you want to do like a green screen type thing where it fills up the entire frame there on the left. So you basically be seeing the game. Sorry, it turned off. You'd be seeing the game behind the footage, but I would be on footage, but my background would be keyed out, right? Let's hit resume. You got the game going. You got the fire burning in the background. And then you want this in the background. Well, let's switch to my other setup. You basically be taking your Elgato footage right here and be rescaling it to be behind, to fill up the whole frame. I have one of those already, like this. You have my overlay on top, right? My overlay is right here. My game night intro, which is off, is on top of everything, so it'll play the intro, and then when the intro's done, it'll play what's behind it. It'll disappear, and everything behind it will be visible, which is basically my overlay, which is up top here. I keyed out the rest of it. It's a video. It's just a video. If you wanted to add that, you would make it in After Effects, save it, you go to media source, you'd find it, you put it, rescale it, and you'd key out whatever color you wanted out that you didn't want showing. And then you do the same thing with your webcam. You'd resize it, key out the color you don't want showing, you'd throw this green screen behind you, and it would basically be playing your game, there we go, behind you. Alright? Too lazy to set up my green screen right now. Just spur of the moment, wanted to get this out there. And then you'd be playing your webcam, and then your Elgato or your game capture device would be on the very bottom. So that would be the background. If you wanted a different background, like say you wanted your logo or something, you're doing a show, you're not doing a game, like, well, you put up same thing. You'd make a little logo in After Effects, drop it in the background, put up your green screen, and you would have this logo playing behind you while you're talking, right? And that's basically it. Like, that's how you would do that kind of intro setup. So when I switch to my game night, right, I'm going to switch to this. I have my game night intro on top. When it's done playing, it's going to play my intro. And then as soon as it's done playing, I'm back in my game. I'm like, hey, welcome to the show. I'm going to be playing some, what game is this? Looks like Ghost Recon Wildlands. Let's jump into it. Let's go shoot some stuff and blow some stuff up. And badoom, right? And you blew up that whole thing like skadoosh style. So you're playing your game. Of course, you would switch it back to, you know, your monitor or whatever, your TV that you're playing the game on, so you don't get that lag. So that you're not trying to sit here and play from your screen. But that's how you would set that up. So you have this awesome opportunity. It's a free software to where you can make an awesome show out of this. Like, that's how I do my media induced, except I used to record it on my camera and edit everything. Now I'm just going to be doing this to where it's all done. I edit as I record, and then I just throw it up on YouTube. Problem solved. Everything, all the hard work is taken out of it. Like, this makes me so happy. I've just been playing around with it. There's still more to explore, though. Don't think that this is it. Don't think that this is the only thing you can do with this software. It is unlimited. There's so much stuff that you can do with this. I haven't even experienced it all. I haven't explored the entire software yet. But go out there, make some awesome shows, and don't just be that guy who just sits at his desk like, hey, we're playing a game, cool, yeah, thanks for the like. No, make it engaging, make it exciting, make it oomph, add that oomph to it, you know? Alright, but that's my little rant for the day. That's my how-to video for the day. Now we're going to get back in here to the scene. Of course, my lower thirds. Get rid of that. And that's how you do that. I do the same thing with that lower thirds that I do with my social media and my outro. And then I just have those saved to different scenes, so that if I click on 7, for example, and then hit the transition, you would see my media, social media. Like, there it is. But that's all you got to it. So if you liked the video, hit the like button. If you didn't, don't. If you really liked it, hit the subscribe button and follow us on YouTube. Play a game with us on Xbox. Look at our Facebook page, Blue Rainbow Productions, and shoot us an email at gmail at mediainduced@gmail.com. Tell us what you wanted to see, what you don't want to see. If I did something wrong, let me know. My little focus camera's not focusing. That's a simple fix, though. I can just go to my other camera. Boom. What? And I got my messy background. That's right. There we go. I'm going to switch back to that. Yeah. And then I got my little outro. That's all there is to it. Like, when I transition to my outro, it just green screened, and then my little outro. And there you go. Like, comment, share. If you're in a giving mood, you can go ahead and share this video to your friends. Let them see it. If you have a friend who has a crappy YouTube video, you know, send them the link. Throw them a hint. Let them know what they're doing wrong. Tell him to get an intro or something. But that's it. Thank you for watching. Tune in next time when we defend our stronghold from a bunch of time-traveling troglodytes. Say that 10 times fast. But yeah, have fun. Go out there and shoot some stuff, and send me a link. I'd like to see you guys' show. So, thanks for watching.